Some of our favorite wide receivers to draft after round 10 right now on Fantasy Football Today in 5. And what's going on, everybody? I'm Adam Azer. I got Dave and Heath here. We talked about a lot of players on Fantasy Football Today on the full-length show. So what we're going to do here on FFT and 5 is talk about some other players who were not mentioned on that show. I'm just going to look at ADP, and I said after round 10. I'll include round 10. Why not? Let's talk about Mike Williams. Okay, he's a round 10 pick, the very end of round 10, according to NFC ADP in the month of June. Mike Williams, Heath, do you think he's got a chance for a big season, potentially as the number 2 target without Hunter Henry there for the Chargers?
Is he the only wide receiver available in round 10 or later that has both a 1,000-yard season and a 10-touchdown season?
I would guess.
T.Y. Hilton? There might be an older guy that does, but certainly not T.Y. Hilton. Yeah, I think that there is a chance. They've talked him up a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little bit more downfield passing. He still should be by far the second most talented option. Hunter Henry's not there. So there's a possibility if he could stay healthy and maybe somehow earn 100 targets, then he's been really, really efficient.
Okay. So, yeah, by the way, you're right. It was only 7 touchdowns for T.Y. Hilton. All right, Dave. Corey Davis. Big season last year. Is he the Jets' number 1 wide receiver? Should we take him ahead of everybody? And is he a good pick in round 11?
I don't think he's a great pick because I don't know when you'll feel good about taking or when you'll feel good about starting Corey Davis. I worry about that offense, especially the passing game. With Zach Wilson under center, I think he's got a lot to show us as he adapts to the NFL game. I think they've got a lot of other targets in that offense that'll take work away from Davis. And I feel like he's really just one of those 10-point per game PPR guys. We're not really special. We'll occasionally have a couple of big games. You won't know when they're coming. I don't see the upside for him. So he's one I'm not too excited to draft.
If you guys are looking for more fantasy production late, would you take Elijah or Rondale? Let me just there you go. Who would you take?
Go ahead, Heath.
It's getting closer, but I'm still going with Rondale Moore, and I have already found one wide receiver available after round 10 with a 1,000-yard season and 10 touchdowns. I hope one of you will be able to guess it before the 5 minutes.
AJ Green.
It is AJ Green.
Yeah.
What about Emmanuel Sanders?
Does he have a 10-touchdown season? He might have had one way back in the day.
Okay.
Might have had one during the Peyton days.
Dave, are you also?
I'm on Team Rondale for now. I need to see somebody get out of that Jets passing game. I really like Elijah Moore's game. I'm just worried about opportunity. And if I'm drafting Elijah Moore with one of my late picks, and through the first 2 or 3 weeks of the season he's not doing anything, I'm scared that cutting him will help out somebody else in my league. So if I draft Elijah Moore, I want to hang on to him for a while.
Would you rather draft Terrace Marshall or Henry Ruggs?
Marshall.
I kind of like Marshall. I like that he's a different type of receiver in that Panthers offense. He's big, rangy, good red zone guy. We'll see single coverage a lot. Played out of the slot last year, out wide the year before at LSU. I like him better long-term than I do for this year, but I think he's someone that is worth the late round speculation.
Would you rather draft Traequan Smith or Sterling Shepard?
I gotta draft one of these guys.
Yeah, hey, Sterling Shepard with Daniel Jones. He's a 90 catch guy.
He's one of those 10 to 12 PPR point per week guys. So seems a little safer. And we've been waiting for Traequan to have his moment. I don't know if we're ever really going to get it for more than a game or two every year. So I guess Shepard is probably the safer, more boring answer.
Yeah, I project Shepard to score more points. I think I'd probably need to change it. I think I'd rather draft Traequan just because his skill set does fit better with Jameis Winston than it did with Drew Brees. And there's a chance we get a little more downfield passing if Jameis wins the job. And Smith, again, another guy that he can't get enough targets, but when he does get targets, he's good.
Mm-hmm. All right. If you want more names to target after round 10, take a listen to the Fantasy Football Today podcast. Hear about guys like Russell Gage and Marvin Jones, Devontae Parker, Michael Gallup, who's currently a round 10 pick, T.Y. Hilton, Cole Beasley. We'll talk about a lot of players that we already did. So it's good information, should help you out. Want to thank Dave and Heath for hopping on here on FFT and 5. Thanks a lot for listening, everybody. We'll talk to you tomorrow.